俺にやらせてくれ。ここらでお遊びはいい加減にしろってとこを見せてやりたい。
確かこの近くのはずなんだけど。
Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. We're taking a look at STR BULMA here. Kind of like a surprising pick, I would say. But, I mean, this is a character that I do think deserves like an LR or a Dokkan Fest. If I'm honest, I would probably prefer her as a Dokkan Fest, but I think that this LR looks pretty good. I think that this BULMA can serve a very strong role. She's gonna buff... Let's look at her category teams real fast. So, BULMA is going to buff some really weak teams that could always use help, right? Dragon Ball Saga, Youth, Earthling, Dragon Ball Seekers could always use help. But the bottom two teams she's on, Power of Wishes, which is the 8th anniversary category, and more specifically, Earth-bred fighters. I mean, to say that this BULMA is a must-run and is going to be a dominant force on her teams, I feel like just doesn't quite explain the value that this character is going to have, right? She is a support-type unit. She creates orbs. She has guard. She has damage reduction. She has crit. She has additional, right? It's like this. This is like not... I think LR Chilai is not the most accurate description ever, but this BULMA is still very, very good. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. We'll just let's put her in slot 1. We don't have the greatest opening rotation right here, but Kid Goku's in slot 7, so we're fine. So what's our starting defense right here? Let me take a look at this. So BULMA is at 234k. BULMA gets 50% defense from every super attack she does, so both 12 and 18 key super attack effects are giving her 50%, right? BULMA also does get a 50% chance to crit. We want to give her as many orbs as possible, so let's get the 8 orbs at the top right there. BULMA does have a 50% chance to crit from her 18 key super attack as well. Alright, now let's check her defense again, because BULMA does get stats per orb. So now we're up to 350 that she's at, right? So she's at 350k defense. She has guard. She has damage reduction. She gets 7% damage reduction at the start of each turn, up to 77%. No, I'm not 100% sure. I think BULMA's damage reduction, she gets it at the start of every one of her turns. I don't think it works like LR Golden Frieza, where it's building up even on her off turns, but I guess I can't say for sure, right? Like, I'm going to need to test her a little bit. Yeah, 7 million, no support, right? We have, honestly, it wasn't a great rotation for her, right? Like, she wants to be linked with Dragon Ball Saga characters. Oh, okay, BULMA double supered. I guess it skipped the animation there. Okay, that was weird. So BULMA, we got a triple super right there from BULMA. Now, remember, each one of those super attacks that she would do would give her 50% defense. Because she's getting 50% attack and defense from all of her super attacks, both 12 and 18 key supers. BULMA got an additional super attack with 7 key spheres. We'll keep it like this. We'll keep it like this. These are all of the support type units. Okay, yeah, this is totally fine. Because if we keep Yajirobe in the 3rd slot, his support is going to be activated. So, BULMA got her additional super, which we saw. But one of the biggest things here, right, is that BULMA, if she gets 5 key spheres, right, all allies get 3 key and 37% attack and defense for 2 turns. So we got the 8 key spheres with BULMA. She got a guaranteed additional super, and she also got that key and attack and defensive buff for that rotation, right? It hit Yamcha and BULMA. Or, well, no, BULMA doesn't get the support herself, right? Both Yamchas got the support, and then all 3 characters right here got that support from BULMA as well. So it's like when you start talking about how ridiculous it is that we have BULMA, who's supporting multiple rotations. We have Yajirobe, who's supporting multiple rotations. Now, like, as we get more of this type of character, things are going to start to get very, very silly. And, you know, if you're an agenda pusher, it's going to become very easy to push an agenda for characters when you have these types of supports. So BULMA's on. Let's take a look at her links real fast. So BULMA's links, she has Brainiacs, solid support, Battlefield Diva, Incredible Adventure, Got into the Dragon Balls, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. Just with Kid Goku, she's going to have the major links that we want activated, which is Incredible Adventure, Got into the Dragon Balls, and Fierce Battle. Bulma and Kid Goku are just a devastating combo. So yeah, 12 key series, that's really good. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get Bulma. So she's at 313. We'll get her this, and what does she jump up to? Yeah, 500. Remember, every super attack she does is giving herself 50% defense from her super attack effect. So she's getting, what, like 250k defense right here? Okay. Yeah, I mean, Bulma is ridiculous. She's exactly what we thought. This is the type of character, between her guard, her damage reduction, her support, she has this ridiculously powerful active skill, which we're going to get to. I think the ease in which she can work effectively on these teams, I don't know. I feel like this is the type of character where people will look at, we'll keep rotations exactly as is, that's fine. I think people will look at this Bulma and they'll go like, oh, you know, she's okay, but she's not matching what my orange Piccolo can do, right? And stuff like that, which I think is like right and wrong, right? Like what Orange Piccolo is doing is so crazy. What the 8th anniversary GT Goku and Vegeta is doing is so crazy. But I feel like Bulma is more so on their level than closer to like any other character. I just don't know how to explain this without coming across the wrong way, right? Like I feel like when you go into these super tough fights enough and you're using different team setups, you're using different characters, you're seeing how characters perform, you will grow a huge appreciation for a character like Bulma or a character like Yajirobe or STR Piccolo. These types of characters, what they bring to the table is just so crazy. This rotation, this is nuts. Like, they're both creating rainbow orbs, so like they're both going to be getting their orbs every single turn. So we're going to get Bulma as many orbs as possible. So let's see what we get. 9 right there. That looks pretty good. We can give Bulma those 9. So Bulma gets her 9. Now, can we get 7 for Kid Goku? Let's see. Because remember, if Kid Goku gets 7, now it looks like we're going to be just shy. 6 is still good. So, okay, let's look at Bulma's defense right here. What are we at? She's at 461. All right, now remember, when she super attacks, again, 50% defense she's getting from there. Yeah, what a dumb character. I mean, the only thing that she's losing, so Bulma is guarding for the first 7 turns, right? And she's getting 3 ki. But she's not losing stats or anything. Yeah, I guess there's something like glitched with, you could see that her 12 ki super attack did the damage, but it just kind of like skipped the animation or something. A little weird, but whatever. I mean, we're still seeing the stats and stuff like that she's doing right there, so it's fine. Yeah, crazy. Orb changing, support, guard, damage reduction. After the 7 turns, her guard will wear off. I'm not really too sure, again. I'm going to need to use her a lot more, you know, sort of like we'll have to have people test things out. I would assume that her damage reduction is only building up while she's on rotation. So every single turn, she's going to get 7% damage reduction at the start of turn up to a max of 77%. We can leave it exactly like this. It's fine. Float Piccolo off. So, I mean, that is, it's like, yeah, if we get a 30-turn fight, like, Bulma is going to be cooking beyond belief. But, like, if we're not going to get some super long fight like that, her damage reduction is not going to be that crazy. I would think towards the end of these major fights, if Bulma's guard is not up anymore, then you probably would just want to utilize her as a floating support. But, I mean, Bulma can work effectively as a slot 2 or 3 character, especially because I will be giving her full dodge. If people want to choose to not go dodge with her, sure, whatever, knock yourselves out. But if you look at what Bulma's doing, she has crits and additionals built into her kit already, so full dodge for the defensive support type unit, like, yeah, W. And again, remember, on Bulma's 18 key super, she gets a high chance to crit, and then on Bulma's 12 key super, she's lowering attack. And then on both of them, she's getting the 50% attack and defense as well. But she's already got additionals and crits built in, so the path is paved for her to get the dodges. All right, I think we'll rock Kid Goku in the middle. Well, let's save Bulma's active skill for next turn, actually. Yeah, let's do it on the next turn. So Bulma, I think, put Bulma in the middle slot just for a second, and let's look at her links. Is she getting solid support from Chi-Chi as well? Does Chi-Chi have solid support? No, it's just Battlefield Diva, which is only key and dodge chance. So we don't care about this. We'll put Bulma on slot 1. We'll save her active skill for next turn and make next turn the last turn. So Bulma's at 422 right there. Okay, perfect. Sure. So let's go ahead and get the 9 key spheres, and she's going to have the highest defense we've seen from her thus far, which is going to get us up to 561. Yeah. I think that there definitely could be times, right? If you're going to utilize Bulma as like a floating support type character, there certainly could be times where you could maybe run into issues, right, with Bulma as a floating support, not getting the orbs. In my experience with a lot of these characters that are very orb hungry, typically it's much easier and it works a lot more effectively if you're running them in slot 1. You can more easily get their orbs. This is a problem for maybe like LR Future Gohan and Trunks, where like they'll create all these AGL orbs that they need, specifically AGL orbs, but like they're not good enough to run in slot 1, so it becomes very tricky. Bulma at least is creating rainbow orbs, but if you're floating her, it might be a little bit more difficult to get her orbs. And I mean, it is pretty important to get Bulma as many key spheres as possible. We'll float, yeah, Droby, yep, exactly like that. It is pretty important to float, okay, so Bulma per orb is getting 17% attack and defense, right? Then she gets an additional 77% attack with the 3 key spheres. But really the key for Bulma is the 3 key and the 37% attack and defense that she gets in the support she gets with 5 key spheres, right? It is probably the most important thing. She does also give her guaranteed additional super with 7 key spheres, right? So orbs are just going to be just a huge thing with this Bulma. Good news, though, is that we do have Bulma, who's creating orbs herself. And then we also have Kid Goku, Path to Power Kid Goku, who has not fallen off or anything like that, and he's going to work very effectively next to Bulma. Remember that Kid Goku is giving 50% support to Bulma, and then also remember that Bulma is giving the support to Kid Goku as well. All right, this is going to hurt. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Joe, we did dodge, though. Okay, perfect. Okay. Don't lock or anything? No, he doesn't lock. Okay, oh my god, this is so good. This is so good. This is so good. Okay. Let's play the animation. Let's do Bulma's active right here. This is absolutely best case scenario. So we could do Bulma's active skill on turn 7, and she'll create all STR key spheres. Let me show you how good this is. Go ahead, let's play this. Okay, so Bulma creates a full field of STR key spheres right here. What's her defense? Bulma's at basically 400k right here. Now, Bulma is getting attack and defense per key sphere. We just grab this. Let's grab this and watch our health. Watch our health. Yep. Yep. So it's a little deceptive in that in the description of the active skill, people will see that and like just, okay, like see what it does, but it is going to function as well as a full heal. Oh, what's Bulma's defense? Where are we at? 800k. Remember, she gets 50% defense with her super attack effect. Now, on top of Bulma's active skill healing us, and she gets all the orbs, it also gives all allies 7 key, 17% attack and defense, and they become super effective against all types, right? So, Kid Goku is super effective against all types thanks to Bulma. Right? It's just ridiculous. 10 million right there. Okay. Yeah. Nice rotation from Bulma. I love that. What was that? The 17 into the 11 into the 11, basically. I would consider that pretty good. Yeah, I mean, there's Bulma. We didn't get a chance to see it, but Bulma was making Kid Goku super effective against all types. She made Piccolo super effective against all types. Yeah, I think Bulma is a top 3 character in the game. It's way too early for me to say, oh, she's better than Orange Piccolo. She's number 1. She's this, she's that. But I do think Bulma is top 3 at least. Bulma is way too good. Way, way, way too good.